tripped.
This is neutral there.
Alright, guys, we are talking.
Pretty spanking, if you ask me.
Oh, you want to spank me? That's pretty cool.
Don't we all?
That's how we get the podcast started, by asking to spank each other.
Spank yourself.
That is an intro, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Placeholder podcast. And I'm joined by the White Knight himself.
Emphis?
No. The King of Harem. The God of Harem. The main character. No, Jaxus. Come on. The quietest.
Oh, that was me?
Yeah, and the quietest guy on the internet. He said his name. It's Emfisk or Master Fist.
Master Fist here.
Do you prefer Emfisk or Master Fist, by the way?
Both.
Okay.
I think
Emfisk is my
Twilight
Smash tag.
Sparkle.
Some figgy.
Twilight Spark.
G-Man!
No, I was talking about Pinky.
Pinky! This is in the house.
And the best Lucas Main in the world.
Anyway,
right here.
so our first topic. And our greatest hero.
Mewtwo King? G-Man.
Alright, so our first topic. Let's just get right into it because we're just talking like a lot. So we'll just continue the debate. The leaks that came out on Smashboards. What do you want to call these leaks? Is there an official name for them?
I think they're technically called the Unknown Renders Leak.
The Unknown Renders Leak, the crappiest name in the whole world. But we kept interrupting you, Memphis, so let's get your idea on it first. Do you think it's real? What?
It's hard to say, honestly. I think that there's a possibility it's real because of so much detail in all of the art that's on. I mean, all the art that's used. Like, for example, that Duck Hunt art. You can't find anything like that before it.
That is true.
I will say, before we actually start talking about this, maybe we should go over a little bit about what the leak is, for anyone who doesn't know. Or actually, you know what? If you don't know what the leak is, go to Smashboards.
Yeah, because that'll take the fun out of it a little bit. If they hear it like audio and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just go to Smashboards. It's like the second thing on there right now, right? The main page?
Yeah, by the time it's up, it might be on page 2, but...
That's pretty much all I've got to say on that one.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Pinky?
I think it's not real.
You know, I'm going to go next just to keep the not real hype going because I don't believe them at all because I've been jaded because I think I texted you about this, but those Zelda leaks, I keep forgetting what they're called. But people were saying before E3, that's the next Zelda because they were so freaking real. It had things that were just never seen, that were perfect. Like, it was amazing. And then Anuma was like, this is the new Zelda. And everybody was kind of just threw up their arms like, thank you, leakers, you assholes. It was, they even had quote-unquote proof with documents and stuff that looked legit. It was just a really well-timed thing, and I don't know. I just don't believe it.
Personally, I think that, as a whole, no, it's fake. First of all,
can I actually finish what I said, though?
Oh, sure.
I just because I didn't mean to cut you off, but I forgot to say this. I'm talking specifically about the character stuff, but the stages, because they were leaked by somebody else.
All right, here. Then we'll just split it up into 3 portions.
Okay.
Because there were 3 leakers. There was the roster guy, there was the stage list guy, and then there was Master Link X, is I think his name, who did the in-game pictures. First things first, Master Link X has confirmed that his leaks were false.
And which ones did he do again?
He did the Shulk in-game picture with a Brawl mod, as well as a Red Team Wins victory screen with Shulk.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay.
Really.
Yep, so those ones have been confirmed fake. He said that he did it because he saw that there were real leaks and that he didn't want people to lose their jobs. But we don't know for sure.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
All right, so specifically for me, what I don't believe are the rosters and the DLC characters.
Yeah,
the DLC characters I'm calling so much bullshit, if only because of who they are. Like, I could see DLC characters happening.
Snake.
Like, hell, I wouldn't be too surprised if they kept a couple characters as free DLC for the 3DS version and released them coinciding with the Wii U version's release.
I don't even care what they have as 3DS because Nintendo's 3DS have either been super mega cheap or straight up free, and they've been substantial DLCs. Like the new Mario Kart one that's gonna come out. I don't know when in America, but in Japan it's the tracks.
Isn't that the Wii U?
Yeah.
Version of Mario Kart?
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean? What are you confused about?
Weren't
Sorry.
you saying that the 3DS ones specifically are really cheap?
I misspoke. I meant Nintendo in general for 3DS. And then, of course, the Sonic stuff's all been free. And the same with the Pikmin stuff. All of it has been pretty substantial and straight up free. So, if they handle DLC like that, I really don't care.
Yeah.
But I just don't believe that this is what it is.
No. At the very
It's
least,
nice,
I think that there was just too little of anything else. There was no real solid secret character or anything. I mean, everyone already knew excluding the goddamn Duck Hunt dog.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly,
I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't either, because Sakurai has stated on record that the Wii Fit Trainer is not this game's joke character.
No.
Like Game & Watch.
The reason I think it's fake is because it's the duck from Duck Hunt Dog that's making it in. Or Duck Hunt Dog from Duck Hunt. It's the duck, not the dog. I'm calling it right now. I'm just kidding. That'd be hilarious, though. That's how he deconfirms the leak. Here's Duck from Duck Hunt Dog. Or Duck Hunt. Damn it! I keep saying dog. Here's Duck
Hunt.
from Duck Hunt. It wasn't my joke. It wasn't that funny. It was something that happened.
No, definitely not that one.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways,
no saves.
so first things first, talking about specifically the character roster leak, because 3's already been confirmed wrong. We'll get to the stages, but right now, purely characters.
Do you have anything you want to revise before we move on to G-Man, guys? M-Fisk and Pinky? Because we're just talking rosters, so if there's anything you want to revise.
Alright, a little bit I'd like to revise about. One thing that I feel that we haven't talked about enough that could possibly see that this is possibly real is that this is around the time that like Nintendo associates would get review copies. And they did this with Pokemon X and Y, and as we've seen, like, Greninja was confirmed. I mean, the first leaks were like Greninja, Hawlucha, and those were confirmed real.
I do know that Brawl had to leak it around this point in its pre-lifespan, where the roster was actually fully leaked, and people are like, no, that's stupid, see, here are all the things wrong with it. And then the game came out and, oh, well, there were still problems. Zaro suit Samus anyone, but it's still in game.
But,
okay.
Another thing I want to say, wasn't there like a while ago a Palutena leak?
Yeah.
That was completely fake, though. The
Alright,
the renders were completely fake. It just happened that Palutena's in the game.
Okay.
But
She
the
was
leak
a
itself
pretty
was fake.
solid guess.
Yeah.
One minor
Something
thing
about
is
guaranteed,
they always have the characters that are from the same games near each other,
Yeah.
and they had Bowser Jr. way far away
Lucina,
from.
okay,
Same
Fire
with
Emblem characters,
Lucina.
top left, Lucina bottom right.
Honestly,
Yeah, I
those,
thought that was weird.
those I have an explanation for,
No
and
characters.
that is that if with all characters not unlocked, then it doesn't actually
Yeah.
group them correctly.
Yep.
But Yoshi was in between the Mario series and Bowser, where Yoshi in Brawl is his own, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
universe.
from Yoshi's
So
Island.
that was the one that bugged me more than anything.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well. Because, I was about to say two things on that. One is that we've seen before in Brawl and Melee that it's all jumbled up until you unlock everything, and then it fixes itself or whatever. As well as the Yoshi thing, because I was gonna that really did. That was one of the reasons I don't think it's real.
That, honestly, for all that people have been saying, like Game & Watch, for example, going, his hand's in Wario's box, and Wario's pupil. Wario's pupil, if you look really closely, you can see it behind his nose, which
that's-
still looks bad, and I hope that it doesn't
But
make
that's
it
a
into
matter
the
of
game.
opinion, because I've looked at it, and it looks like it could be a pupil, but you can't definitively say it's a pupil.
Yeah, I would still be willing to give them the benefit of the doubt whether it is total bullshit or not, just based on the quality of the rest of it. So I'm assuming that it's just with that horrible camera angle, they were being idiots or something.
Yeah,
So it doesn't
I'm
show
siding
up.
with you though. I was just saying that as a disclaimer, just in case we turn out to be wrong and stupid. But I totally agree with you because if they're put so much detail in this, I don't think they're gonna forget a fucking pupil.
Yeah, honestly,
That'd be
I just
stupid.
don't see it, especially not after the quality of like Duck Hunt Dog render, for example.
Mhm.
But
And obviously, to state the obvious, these renders we haven't seen before. But it's actually not. It's a little time consuming, but it's not hard to make your own renders
yes,
as well. So we can't. That whole argument, if we've never seen these renders, doesn't hold as much water as people would like to think.
Mhm.
Because again, with that Zelda leak, renders were made for it, and they turned out to be fake. So
I'll have to go look into the Zelda leak that you're talking about at some point. 'Cause
It was-
I don't remember it at all.
it was a single picture with a lot of documentation that was extremely good, but it kind of set Zelda fans on fire for a little while. And the reason people know it's fake now, and it could still be real, honestly, but it's the art style. It's nothing like what was shown at Aonuma showed.
Yeah,
But again, with Aonuma, it could have changed, and just a lot of things. But
it
people
could
are
have changed. It could be a second thing in the works.
yeah, or it could just be like because Zelda's done things where you
Yes.
enter a world, and then all of a sudden the art style changes.
Yeah.
They've done that before, so we don't really know. But it looks fake now.
Yeah.
Do you guys have your damage cell on 2.0?
Hell
Yes.
yeah, we do.
Oh my god.
Just break your
That
shield.
explains.
Break your shield.
Yeah.
Just do it.
We can just
He's
hold
jiggle-
shield.
I know
Right
it
now,
does, I know
Pinky
it
is Jigglypuff with 2.0 damage. Just break your
You'll
shield.
shield jump.
Sure.
No, that's actually what it's called.
God.
But-
Jigglypuff up throw is too OP.
It's not like 0%.
Alright.
Alright.
So, what do you believe the roster leak, G-Man?
Deep down, I was like, when I first saw them, I'm like, alright, these aren't. I didn't have to. I can word.
I'm so glad.
I promise.
Just keep
My hopes
trying.
weren't high for it. I honestly didn't care just because at this point I don't really care too much for leaks. I
Yeah.
guess. And actually anything. Predictions and anything. I just don't care.
Oh,
I don't
fuck
try to
you.
listen.
No, just
I don't try to listen to them that much. But I do gotta give credit because it looked really good, honestly.
It did. Well, it
You
looked good as a
can't
render.
lie. You had you just had so much hype when you didn't see Ridley there.
Well, see, but at the same time, like we said before, he said he didn't have all the characters unlocked. So, really, he's still in there. Honestly, I don't mean to harp on this, but it's just
Oh my God,
stupid
someone
not to
did
add
something-
Ridley at
I
this
would be
point.
pissed if Ridley or another Metroid rep isn't in.
How
Well, I don't
dumb?
know. They're all gonna be assist trophies, I guess.
Yeah.
Mother Brain, Dark Samus. Who else?
Ridley? Fucking
Honestly, the only other like Metroid character that would be cool would be Rundus, in my opinion.
But
Yeah,
he doesn't
But he
matter.
showed up for one game as a very brief character.
Honestly-
Oh my god, if they have Adam show up.
His
I
move
would-
is just you don't
I
have
would kill
authorization to
something.
win.
And probably him a lot.
He's
But-
That's the thing. Like, who else other than Rundus?
nobody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. And he barely even counts.
Metroid Prime. Before it's Dark Samus.
It's Fusion Suit Samus. They're just gonna go all out.
I wouldn't mind too much, but
I would. That's 3 Samuses.
yeah.
Alright, people can
Okay,
complain
as long as they don't like semi-clone, which they totally would. But
By the way, this is just kind of like that would be cool. I hope there's more suits for Samus. Like they had the light suit.
mhm.
I hope there's more suits.
That
like
would be really neat, especially after we did see that they have, while not the Justin Bailey suits, the after game
Mission.
from Zero Mission.
Yeah, that was really
I was
cool.
about to punch you. I was like, "Don't mess." I thought you were about to say another name. I'm not gonna mention it.
Hmm?
Justin.
Timberlake?
No.
Justin Bieber?
Justin Bobby. Justin Bobby.
Bobby.
Justin Bobby.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Justin Bobby. I was gonna say that name's not allowed on this podcast.
See, like honestly, before he wasn't bad, and then he just turned into like the biggest douche.
Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah, his music still sucked, but he was just a little. He was a little kid that made his dreams come true. And
Yeah, you
like,
can't give him
that's-
shit, but then he
yeah.
just became an
then
asshole because
like,
he was
"I'm
popular.
A bastard.
Oh my god.
Arthur kills it.
All right, let's move on to okay.
Hey,
Hey,
Spam
hi.
messages and
What?
all of that stuff.
I didn't say my thing yet.
You said a bunch.
I sort of
your
chipped
thing.
in on other people's.
No, you said your thing. You're the whole reason we changed the conversation from whole league to roster league. You remember that whole conversation?
Yeah. I don't think I said my full part on
But
the
nobody
roster
on this
league, do I?
podcast cares about you or your life.
Aw.
I'm just kidding. Jaxus, go ahead.
Holy crap.
Sorry, anyways, back to the podcast. I don't think that the character roster leak is true. I mean, I do believe that some of the characters are in, like Shulk, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bowser Jr. is in, because Sakurai
I think
has
he's in.
stated
Oh, no.
that they were at least working on, at some point, a character who is constantly in a cart. Kind of like Mach Rider was considered to be, really briefly, in, I can't remember if it was Melee or Brawl.
Melee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
and
it was
they were-
Excitebike.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it was Excitebike.
And that they were considering like
be in a
revisiting that.
motorcycle, yeah.
So the Koopa car or whatever it is,
Yeah.
yeah, could be a revisit to that. And Duck Hunt Dog would be utterly hilarious.
And it
Yeah,
would make
well,
so
it's-
much sense.
It
yeah.
really would. But as a whole, I don't think the renders or the leak is real. It has some good parts, but it just as a whole, it doesn't really fit with the rest of Smash 4's design at all.
No.
Especially because if you look at it on the SmashBros.com character listing page, even characters that have the same basic color as their background, like blue, Marth and Lucina both have blue, but they're slightly different shades, and this carried over to part of the character backgrounds in the leak, but not the new characters.
And
So that right there.
adding on to that as well is the renders do look new or whatever, but those don't look like 3DS renders at all. The characters on the character select screen, they don't look anything like the renders that they would have for a 3DS game. They look like Wii U stuff.
Well,
like console stuff.
They're just still pictures, so they would look the same. It's like if Brawl were to be on
No, because
the
3DS
then-
has its own art style, its own you know what I mean? And it just doesn't look.
But we've seen at the demo that, for example, ZSS has the same art on both when selecting the character.
As a whole, it just doesn't fit though. I don't think it fits with the character, with just the style of the game. It really doesn't. I don't know. Everything they've shown so far has a certain.
It has a certain aesthetic, and
And
that leak did not have it.
exactly.
Which it is possible that they're switching it. Brawl has a slightly different aesthetic between the standard menu and the character select screen. It's not huge, but it's very slightly different.
I just hope they're
Maybe
not
I'm just
real
way too
too.
used to having different system menus. But
Yeah, but I'm also just. It just looks ugly. I know what you were saying earlier when we were texting, what other way they would do it. That's not my problem.
Well,
the fact that they're all
they have to
bunched.
maximize
Yeah,
screen
it's-
real estate, but it just doesn't look right. Especially Ganon, dark character, dark purple background.
Oh yeah,
can
Gamon's
hardly
pretty
see him.
terrible. Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's just little things. It all just overall just looks ugly, and I just don't want it to be true.
And we know that Sakurai went just absolutely, totally OCD on Melee, and did a pretty solid job of that on Brawl as well. So I can't imagine that he'd screw up character select screen like that in
No,
Smash 4.
especially with his wife on board.
Oh yeah.
Though I heard something about, I don't know if it was a joke, but I heard something about them getting a divorce. But it was during a joke where it was a bad joke, but somebody on Smash 4 said something along the lines of, the reason the menus are so terrible, because everybody's been complaining about it, is because they're going through a divorce.
Oh gosh.
Oh
terrible.
wow.
That's silly.
Yeah. But I don't know if they are actually going through a divorce, but hilariously, I think that would explain it, if it was true.
Yeah,
Because- If for those of you who don't know, it's his wife that designs all of the menus.
She's the
and
UI
stuff.
designer.
Mhm. And she's done a fantastic job on all of his games.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about Sakurai, and again, why I don't like this, because this is not Sakurai-esque game.
No,
select screen
not at all.
stuff, you know.
Alright, well, I think we've discussed the character select screen enough. Onwards to press start, stage select screen.
All right, G-Man, what do you think about the stages and the stage select screen that was shown?
Honestly, I've already forgotten.
Yeah, same. I don't think I've seen it.
I was mainly paying attention to the character
On
roster.
the stage select screen?
What do you think of that?
I
Different
have
persons,
something.
though.
I have something. So, on the stage select screen, with the Tomodachi Life stage,
I know what you're gonna say, and it's
Yep.
the same for the Zelda stage, but continue.
yeah, like, they revealed, like, the Tomodachi Life stage before it was, like, talked about on Miiverse and stuff.
What it was
Speak up, Empress.
the Tomodachi
Sorry,
Life
yeah.
stage happened was this leak came out before the release of the Famitsu or whatever it is magazine, containing a picture of the Tomodachi Life stage that had never been seen before and that was featured in that magazine.
Yeah, and
So
it was the same with the Zelda, a different angle that had never been seen before the Famitsu leak. I can't, whatever, you know what I mean.
Famitsu, I think it is.
Famitsu.
I'm sure.
Well,
I'm
if it's
pronouncing it
Japanese,
wrong,
it's
but-
Famitsu, so yeah.
Alright, yeah, so what that means is that either this leaker actually had some sort of an inside source, or they received Famitsu early enough to make the rest of, at least the stage select leaks. However, it looks like on the little, like, selected characters screen off to the left, if I'm remembering this correctly, that the characters carry over, the selected ones from the character roster leak carry over to the stage select leak, though in a different order, strangely.
Yeah, that's weird.
Do you believe in Emphas, the character select screen?
It does look pretty bad, and as we were talking about before, like, if they were to go with, like, DLC for Ice Climbers, it just sounds so bad.
No,
like,
not the roster, sorry, the
Oh.
stage select screen.
Stage select screen.
Because they're different leakers.
I don't know, honestly. I mean, it seems a little convincing with the leaks.
He
but-
just killed him with an up throw for Pikachu.
Yeah, that's what happens. You guys should go to, like, damage, like, 4.0 or something.
Caps it too.
Yeah.
Aw.
I can see why, it'd be ridiculous.
Go on.
This is
So-
your counter to AJ right here. Your counter.
Yeah. Boom.
Just secretly put the
Can't
game on
beat me,
2.0
AJ.
game.
Oh man,
This chain grab? That's laughable. Your up throw?
amazing.
With
why-
this,
Why chain grab a down throw? You can just throw
3
it
of
up.
Falco's
Win.
throws would
You
kill.
can trip.
You could trip.
If I grab you, you're dead.
No, I
What
was
if
like,
the
I
game
would
was
need
like
the
that?
chain grab. Up throw would
Yes,
kill you
chain
too.
grab again.
Anyways, let's get back to the
Yeah.
podcast. But yeah, as I was saying to your question, yeah, like, I don't know. It does look pretty real to me, but I can see why it could be fake. But at the same time, I just wouldn't imagine. I mean, just the Dreamland stage from earlier, like, it's more of a, like, Game Boy remix of it. I just can't imagine that being a stage.
It's weird because you doubt the stage select screen more while believing a little bit more of the roster. I'm the exact opposite. I believe the stage screen select just a little bit more, and I
wouldn't
can't
either.
tell you why. It just feels more real to me. You know what I mean?
Personally, I think that the stage select screen is probably more reliable than the character select screen, though honestly, one of my biggest problems with it is the fact that it carries over the characters, which makes it related to the character select leak,
It's
which
still,
I just don't see happening.
and again, it could be that not everything's unlocked thing as well. So
Well,
they haven't stated whether the stage person hasn't.
what I'm saying is specifically that the fact that there's a crossover between the character roster leak, which I don't believe, and the stage select, which I would lean closer to believing, I guess.
You know what's funny? If we're gonna believe more of the stage select screen, what if the roster made their fake roster off of the leak that they maybe got as well?
That could
You know
be
what I
possible, yeah.
That could explain a lot. Because everything can be explained away in the roster one, but it's harder to do so for the stage select screen. Specifically,
Although, I think it would be significantly easier for the stage select screen to be faked because
That's
there's
true,
less
too.
of a question of what's going to be in. And things like, one of the new stages was Shulk's something planes, Gaur planes, I think it is.
Mhm.
And everyone's like, it legitimately doesn't matter if this is real or fake. That's hardly even a question.
Also, I'll get into this
Well,
afterwards.
as well as the other thing is, I'm not sure if it would be a reason for or against, but the number of like repeat stages from the stages returning from the old games could either be a total cop out by the stage select maker guy, or could be the people over at Nintendo being like, all right, this is like all hail history of Smash Bros, whatever, and it'll let us get the 3DS version out more finished, and then just buckle down and focus on the Wii U version where there's all the new stages and things like that.
Yeah, and that was kind of a theory that people were having anyway, that there would be less stages on
On
one
the
of
3DS.
them.
Oh yeah.
Most likely the 3DS, you know?
Mhm.
Not only because of hardware limitations, but also because just time.
Yeah.
You know, because they have
Time
this.
as well as not even like hardware limitations in the way you'd think, but I mean, you only have so much screen real estate to display stages.
Well, that's a part of everything that's limited with the 3DS.
Mhm. Which, and you could certainly get around by having it scroll or something, but
Or simply do the brawl thing, have them separated. But it's more the time thing, I think. That
Yeah.
will make the because this time
I
developed.
didn't like the way Brawl split up the stages.
I did only
why.
because otherwise you have to like cram them all and.
Well, I wish that it was, instead of like going down, clicking a button, alright, here's melee, clicking a button, here's the custom stages, it was more like you move the cursor to the right side of the screen and it scrolls over.
I wish you could have just pushed L or something.
Yeah, same. That also would have been really nice.
I didn't. I had the same problem. It's the way you select stages that I had a problem with in Brawl, but
Yeah.
not the separation itself.
Yeah, alright. I agree with that.
The separation itself I found really handy because you kind of categorize things. But yeah,
Well, it
you're right.
certainly ended
about
up
the-
being handy for me since we run the texture mod and everything on the Smash Fest, where we have multiple copies of each stage. So it's just, alright, Brawl stages are being replaced, Melee stages are not. Ta-da!
But the staging, actually selecting them was a huge problem. I hated it for the longest time until I started playing your mod. Then that fixed it.
Yeah. Though, admittedly, the only thing that I really changed with that, at least with regards to the Melee stages, is getting Pokemon Stadium 1 over, but
But that's the only
Still.
competitively. So
yeah. Well, that's what I'm meaning.
and obviously, can we all just agree that the DLC character thing is bullshit?
Yeah. Like, if nothing else, the specific way that they had it is, because it's entirely possible that they will do DLC characters.
Oh, I'm
but what
sure-
they were saying is bullshit. And not just because they would have absolutely no possible way that they could know.
Yeah,
If I could
Like-
add on just a little bit, but
you can add on all you want.
we call
You heard your salad. Add
Yeah.
all the dressings.
like they added like the Mr. Freezy. What was the freaking item where it would like turn someone into
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're talking about.
The little ice
Isn't
climbers
that
thing.
Yeah,
item-
Mr. Freezy.
Yeah, is it from
Mario
it from
Bros.
Mario Bros. Okay, I'm dumb.
I thought it was.
Wait, no. It was the.
I thought it was the ice
Smash
climber
Bros.
thing.
It was the. No, not Smash.
No, it's
Smash Run.
It's
Smash
originally
Run.
from the old Mario Bros. Where it's just like the pipes and you have to clear them.
Yeah.
Mr.
Okay.
Freezy is?
Oh,
The
I
little
don't know.
ice
It's
item
not-
you throw at people, they ice.
I thought it was from
Alright.
ice climbers, but I guess.
No,
Well,
it's
it would
not.
make sense it's not from
But
Ice
in,
Climbers, because when in Ice
if I
Climbers
recall
would you get
correctly-
that, right?
They look
Yeah,
Ridley
yeah,
and Smash.
but,
Attacked you.
Why aren't you
But
playing
back to
it?
what I was saying,
Ridley,
like
whatever.
in Smash Run,
Ice climbers sucked anyway.
Ridley's
in
confirmed.
Smash Run, you one of the enemies are the polar bears from Ice Climbers.
Yeah, that
So
and
why
Sakurai
would they make him DLC when he could just
Sakurai
be?
specifically stated
said that
he
he was working on ice climbers a long time ago.
yeah, and like having some mild troubles with the 3DS hardware because of it.
But he said he was figuring him out. He pretty much confirmed ice climbers in
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Mm.
Also, I just don't see them going anywhere.
No, the original 12. I think
They're not in the original 12. They
You're
joined
right.
in Melee.
You are right.
But
But I
They're-
still don't see them going in.
yeah, no.
Yeah, they're a pretty good character.
Sakurai seems to not like taking out characters that are original or changing ones that people have already gotten used to,
Or
which is
especially
why
when-
Ganon is still the way he is.
Especially when they're the only character to represent their brand and they're not third party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
yeah.
well as Sakurai has stated that he wants more retro characters this time around, which is why I think Duck Hunt Dog is
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
an option. But he's not gonna kill the retro one.
They're most-
He can if he really wants to, but it wouldn't make sense.
That would destroy his hopes for more retro characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would make no sense. But then again, it is Sakurai, so we can't really put anything past him.
Crazy man.
All right, so we're gonna move on past this because at this point we're just gonna start talking in circles again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say one last thing. I don't like that leaked roster because it didn't have Bayonetta, Travis Touchdown, and
The characters
Me too.
weren't all unlocked. All right,
Ah,
Bayonetta
you're
could
right.
be in there,
He did.
all sexy like. We don't know yet. Plus, also with the last thing I have to say is I can't remember, but it had it wasn't a perfect square, right?
Yeah, it was like it started the V and on itself. At
Yeah,
the
which
bottom.
which in all Smash games usually means not complete.
Not done. Yeah.
Because I mean they're never perfect squares because there's always like one missing or
Random.
well, besides Brawl.
Brawl's is perfect square, so is 64. Melee had 2 missing in the corners.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it wasn't like pyramiding itself.
Anyways,
So, yeah.
on to the new topic.
Continuing with Smash,
Oh no.
check this out. There have actually been some confirmations that you guys didn't know about with the new picture of the day of the sound testing. Because in there is proof that Shulk is involved in some way.
Yeah,
Because
I saw that.
Oh.
because the composer was specifically named for
So-
a song.
Before today's pick of the day, I found a thread on Smashboards talking about how he had just found, by looking around inside of Smashboards.com's source code, that the music thing was going to be released sometime soon because the code for it was already implemented, though the data wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that, and I'm like, oh, a couple hours later, oh look, pick of the day.
Oh wow, good timing.
Yeah. Well, it was from like 3 days ago, but
Still,
I was impressed.
Good timing, yeah. That's hilarious. But yeah, just there have been another couple confirmations of being involved somehow. There was
And there's no way he's not. He's now first party, like not even second.
And New Xenoblade, come on.
Yeah.
You gotta. You just got to, right?
The question I do have is if he's in, how will he be implemented? Because thanks to this new leak and it sort of matching up with some older one or something, apparently there's a lot of people who think that he's going to have the 5 or something modes of Monado where it switches between high damage output but takes more damage, low damage output but takes less damage, and then the same thing as those with speed.
I haven't seen anything that leaked to confirm that, but everybody that I've talked to and seen online, that's the only real way they can really implement.
That's
make
what I
it-
heard, and then I started looking around in the Shulk thread, and everyone was talking about how if that's how he's in, they'll be really upset because Shulk himself has a number of moves, and that's apparently like not Shulk. That's specifically the sword or something.
Yeah,
which
it's the
isn't
Monado.
actually himself, where he has his own moveset.
But
But
the
I
funny-
have no idea.
The funny thing is, though, the Monado is more of a character than Shulk, so
I haven't played it.
there's that. No, I don't know. He's such a, especially since he's an RPG character, he's so customizable.
I think Shulk's gonna be like Captain Falcon.
Oh god.
No, he's gonna be a little Mac clone.
Of course.
That would be hilarious. I'd main him just to get everybody all pissy.
I missed.
Shulk, the final, is the only transformation character. And guess what? When he gets his final smash, his final smash, he turns into Ridley.
Oh
What's
no,
up?
gosh.
What's up? What's up, Richard? You can play as Ridley. I'd still win.
Obviously,
Shulk
true.
Italy.
Shulk Italy.
Shipley.
Shuckle.
Parachute Meadow
Shuckle.
Shulk.
Shuckle confirmed for Pokemon.
I laugh every time I see one of those images that has like Crom laying face down on the ground with Ridley's face chopped on him.
Alright, I completely forgot everything else because of that giant Smash conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, weren't we like trying to move on and then it just went right back
was
into
it
it?
just Shulk that was confirmed
No, we were on
by
the
the
picture.
music
Oh.
section?
I didn't want to say it, but because I don't have the information in front of me, but I think Duck Hunt Dog was a part of that conversation. He somehow leaked or somewhat involved or confirmed or whatever from the same thing.
Alright.
Imagine
But I
Duck
can't
Hunt
So
Dog.
that
Funny.
I wouldn't say necessarily does mean the character. I mean, it helps, but
That's why I didn't say anything because it
Yeah.
just means the game. Because
because I think there's been some Duck Hunt music
Mhm.
in Brawl, for example.
there has. So I don't know.
Imagine the Duck Hunt Dog's final smash. It's just the duck comes out of nowhere and starts shooting all the people on the field.
He just laughs at you when everybody jumps off.
Just
stage.
looking at the screen
I-
The
laughing.
dog just comes up, does his laugh, screen fades to black. No contest.
No! Check this out. Oh my god, the perfect for Duck Hunt Dog. He gets the smash ball, he activates it, you push B, and then everybody gets a gun, right? A zapper. And you have to shoot. In order to survive, you have to shoot ducks.
Oh my god.
But they keep going so fast, everybody's just missing, and he's laughing the whole time. And then you just die for every duck you don't hit.
Or
Bam, it's over. OP'd. He is Meta Knight.
Oh.
Done. What were you gonna say, Empress?
well, I was gonna say like maybe the final Smash could have something a little bit like you know how like the chickens are in like Legend of Zelda, like when
the chicken item?
but do it with like the freaking ducks.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that'd be
The
funny.
birdies
Yeah.
just come in and start
Hilarious.
smacking people up. That'd be a little
Where
bit.
everybody
be a
just
little
starts
weird.
floating, and then you can just like get a Wii Zapper.
Plug in your Wii remote, kids.
Have a blast.
He's gonna get an M15 and
Have
just
a
go to
blast,
town.
Bobby.
That's gonna be his final smash. Dang it, Bobby.
Don't let Hank catch you playing with your zapper.
Hey, kill confirmed for Smash.
Could you imagine that? Hank
Hey,
just
still-
running around with his
yeah.
fat ass. His little narrow urethra.
His final smash, the propaninator.
He throws propane. He throws propane, guys.
He throws propane.
Wrong way there, G-Man.
No.
Jawmon.
Best score on a home run
Oh
contest.
my god, I'm buffering fucking down smash. Hit the stupid.
Mama! He's so angry at it. He just didn't
That
want to
was
whack it.
smart.
Just
That
threw the
was
baseball bat at him.
Jawmon, that was smart.
Alright, so what?
There's something else I was gonna say, and it was Smash related before we got off the topic, but
It's always Smash related.
Yeah, just a tad bit.
yeah.
Just change it to the
Columbine
Smash
Smash
podcast.
9/11 was Smash related.
The GameCube came out a couple days after.
Yeah,
Or a couple days before, I don't remember.
it was all Smash's fault.
Yeah. They just said, hey, let's have a... You know, I'm going to stop myself there. before I make a
I'll
jerk
go.
of
I'll
myself.
continue.
Oh,
I'll make myself an asshole.
it's not Smash, it's Big Corn.
It's Crash.
It's Big
The
Corn.
Japanese wanted to bomb Pearl Harbor, but then we're like, ah, shit, we already did that.
Dude, don't leak out the conspiracy.
Man.
Man.
Alright, corn conspiracy, Chris.
Yeah,
What were you gonna
Chris.
say though, AJ?
I'm trying to
JJ?
remember.
JJ. AJ the Jet. Okay.
Oh man, I don't even know if
That's
I can
fucking
leave that in because
podcast
it's so
editing.
nonsensical, but I want to.
Yes.
JJ, the what? The jet
Oh.
plane?
Yeah, it's a kid
This
show.
isn't what I was
A
gonna.
long time ago.
This isn't what I was gonna say originally. But who
Mario's
here
pretty
thought
good.
that Girahim, or however you pronounce it, was going to be in Smash 4,
I did.
like as a character?
I
I
feel
thought,
that would have brought it to be too much characters on Zelda's side.
They're all but confirmed to have one more.
yeah.
Oh, man.
They only have 4 in.
No, they have
Yeah.
5.
No, they have
4,
Link,
including
Zelda,
Ganon, who hasn't been
Ganon.
confirmed
so
yet.
technically
Oh, right.
now,
Okay.
three.
Yeah, but
Link,
I'm
Toon,
dumb.
Link, Zelda, Ganon will be in.
Zelda Sheik.
That's
Soon Link
that's
and Link.
just-
They should
Yeah, they
add
do
in
have
Young
Sheik
Link
too.
and Skyward Sword Link, and they should add in a Nintendo 64 Link.
Oh, it's like the Naruto
God,
games and how many different
Don't make
Narutos
it
they
the
have.
Naruto Storm games. That's terrible.
Nice, nice
My
one, Bobby.
Space In's
They
pretty
should
good.
add in Deity Link. And just keep
Deity
on building.
Link?
I don't
And
know
then
how
they
many different Narutos that are unlockable.
Try
in
Naruto
Naruto
Super Forward
Storm
Smash
4 or whatever it
instead of
is.
the hammer.
12.
Yeah. There's
not
like
a hammer,
20
but-
Sasuke's.
What? Sasuke number 34. The Sasuke with blood on his fingers.
Yes.
But with
God.
Girahim confirmed to be an assist trophy, if the trophy theory actually holds up, trophy theory being when a trophy is displayed, like anytime, like in the direct, and this has held completely true so far, based on what
20.
the trophy was
The
and
revealed
what
one.
game the music was from, there will be a character from that, which meant that the options were Girahim and Impa.
And honestly, Impa would make more sense because besides Zelda, besides Ganon and Link, who was the character that has been in
Forward
almost
Smash.
every single Zelda game?
Forward Smash.
Yeah,
Impa.
that, as well as, if they really want to, they can totally cop out and
And just-
semi-clone Sheik.
Oh yeah, and they could just do whatever the hell they want because that's what they do with Impa. They completely change her from game to game almost.
Yeah.
Hey, she's old. Now she's a ninja. Now she's buff. She's a ninja again. Now she has a sword.
Imagine
Yeah.
if Ganon had his sword.
I would like to see
Or Ganon
Hyrule
Dorf.
Warriors Ganon. Like, that's
Ganon
the one
Dork.
thing that I wouldn't mind
Ganon
Ganon
Dork.
keeping.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, true.
You're a Ganon dork.
Especially
And they could have a
if you
new
ended up-
moveset based off of
Yeah,
it too.
especially if you ended up using the dual swords.
That'd
That
be
would
cool.
be awesome, because
Dark
as
Lord
much
would
as
be
I
there.
love Falkendorf,
Falkendorf,
why?
Falkendorf.
Captain.
Do you look at the
Captain
percent?
Ganon.
Imagine if Banjo's a character. What would you?
Banjo.
Banjo.
I'd call Microsoft and be like, all right, can you give other franchises to Nintendo?
Please.
Just imagine.
I want to see a good Halo. I'm just kidding. It's
Go!
Halo Splatoon.
Halo
Oh my
Splatoon.
God.
Halo 2.
Oh, so who thinks we're gonna be getting a Splatoon character?
Not me.
I don't. Maybe
I
as an
don't
assist
either.
I don't
trophy.
know.
Possibly
I
as
don't
an
think
assist
so. I know
trophy
it's
like the
too late
dogs.
For them.
Maybe they shoot all over the screen or something. But
I
Shit
feel
all
it's a little
over.
too late for them, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you
What?
there, but I would like to see at least some sort of representation, even if as like an assist trophy or something.
You know, I would like that. That would be really
maybe
cool.
just. Yeah, possibly. Don't see it. That's
Splatoon can
possible.
be represented by a weapon, I would say.
By a
That'd be
weapon.
the coolest.
Yeah.
Say by a wed.
Oh no!
Hit
See,
it with the
when
tip of
people
the bat,
hit the
does
front
it-
of the
that's how it
screen, then they just splat all over it.
Splatoon all over it.
Travis
Exactly.
Touchdown's gonna be in there just jacking off. That's his assist trophy. Just
Obama's a Converno character. Sorry. Okay. Go on.
There we go. He's in.
We're keeping this part. in.
Obama.
Oh, so Wario hasn't been confirmed yet, has he?
No, he
No.
hasn't.
Wario's not in.
No, there
Just
is.
kidding.
Of
course.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't see Wario not coming back.
Yeah. I'm honestly really surprised he wasn't in Melee. Was he just not a very big character before?
He was
Um,
a trophy.
Yeah, he was a
Well, I
trophy.
mean,
Track.
like his
I wonder
his
what they
game
have-
series not
They were
popular
out. They
before.
were starting to get. Oh, it was 2001, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waluigi's not in though.
Yeah, I can't. I don't
I
see
mean,
why
they
he's
made
not.
Waluigi assist trophy. You would imagine like that Wario would definitely make it at this point.
I'd main Waluigi. I'd
Same.
do it.
By the way, I showed Jaxa something class tournament T-shirts, and they had
Class tournament?
Waluigi shirts.
Oh god,
Yep.
that's funny.
I don't think any Pikachu,
I think they did.
but Waluigi,
Oh,
and the name of the
so-
shirt was #1.
So I got a video that's still uploading. That is a character prediction thing that's still uploading. Fucking YouTube. The characters that I have in there that are unannounced that I think are in is I have Bowser Jr. in there or Paper Mario. I don't think they're
One
both
or
gonna
the
make it,
other?
one or the other.
I'd rather have Paper Mario than Doc.
Specifically because of the stage. But Bowser Jr. I think he could be in. I don't know. He looks so likely. It's weird.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised with either.
Didn't they say something about I'm trying to remember. Like it was something about Bowser Jr.'s clown copter thing or whatever.
That's Bowser's.
Yeah,
Bowser Jr.
I think that's what I mentioned earlier
Fine.
about how they were talking about how back in Melee they tried to do, it was Excite Bike, right?
Yes.
And like as a character constantly in a car or bike or something of some sort, and
That's
that
why
they
they
were
had
trying
Wario.
to see if they could do that idea again. But that's all we've heard on it, is that they were
Wario.
considering.
Yeah, Wario kind of had his bike.
The bike, yeah.
It was really good recovery.
Yeah.
They should add in a transformer and just problem solved.
They already had it as an assist trophy.
Michael Bay could be an assist trophy.
Optimus Tron.
Michael Bay an
Optimus
assist
not
trophy.
copyrighted.
Michael Bay is an assist trophy.
Just blows up
He
the
just
whole
blows
screen so
shit
no one
up
can
and makes your
see.
game shitty.
Just gives it like a crappy trailer.
This year, Smash Bros. For the 3DS.
Oh yeah. Completely unrelated. But what possible characters are there that you guys think like have even the slightest potential to be in to do anything to do with time travel
Oh,
at all?
No idea.
Crystal?
The Noid from Domino's Pizza.
The noise.
Because he's
Because I would love to see some sort of like,
Dude, I'm ordering Domino. Oh yeah, are you guys in?
I have $2.
sure. But what I was gonna say is I would love to see like as one of the final trailers. I don't even care if they're clones, but have like. Okay, we'll say that Mewtwo has time control powers or some form of magical bullshit like that, because they could totally claim that he does.
The Albus
and it
character.
wouldn't matter. But, and have, like, Mewtwo, Roy, Pichu, Dr. Mario, the clones just all return in one trailer.
Oh
Okay,
gosh.
speaking of clones, I think Dark Pit is a shoo-in. I think because of Lucina.
Because he showed up the way he did,
And
he's
Lucina.
either a character, clone or not, or a boss. That's just not even a question.
Well, because of Lucina, I don't see any way he's in. I honestly think.
Okay, now my
Lucina
question
in
is,
some form.
if he's a boss, how is he gonna be a boss? How is he gonna
How
be
is
a
he?
boss? Like how?
Oh, he just...
Because there's no sort of story mode as I'm.
And he's not a big thing like boss characters for.
Boss characters have showed up in Smash Run, right? Like, have been confirmed to show up?
But they're not
I
boss
don't think
characters
they're
in the
boss
traditional
characters.
senses. They
Oh.
are called boss characters, but not. They're still big, like hulking creatures. And he doesn't really.
I mean,
fit
it's
that.
nothing like.
There is
as
also
big as,
still a
like,
classic mode.
Rayquaza from the last.
Yeah, there's classic
There's
mode.
Classic mode, yes.
That does.
Oh, Meta Mario.
Oh, that would be neat.
That would be cool.
Especially if they had the stage come back, too. As
Yeah.
what
like
the
the-
fuck is that stage's layout was?
I like the music there. Just like.
Yeah, and then it can, because you know how you can pick your roads.
Mm-hmm.
It could do
What if
that.
one goes to Meta Mario, the other one goes to Dark Pit?
Yeah. And the third one goes to
Really
Ridley.
cool.
That'd be cool.
Meta Ridley,
Because
because
I-
Ridley's in.
At this point, I don't care if Dark Pit's in because we got Pit.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be cool if they got creative with Pit and made him like a, I don't know, like a thing you can only find like Meta Mario, like I was just saying.
Speaking of Pit, why the fuck does he have a tipper mechanic now?
Yeah.
Because
He
Sakurai,
he's now Marth with range and multi-jump.
because he's
Why?
Sakurai.
Why?
Really? It has a tipper?
Yeah, we don't know like how much it affects it, but it has been confirmed at least in the E3 builds
Oh gosh.
that the tips of his swords do more damage and his swords flash when that hits, so it's obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
And why is the Noid's pizza throwing range so far? That's insane.
I don't know, right?
It's crazy. The Noid is OP'd. Get him out of here.
But anyways, back to your character prediction video.
Oh yeah, and I
Is
had
the
Crystal
spot
in there.
from 7-Up in
Crystal?
there?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
what do you guys
Spot,
think
Spot
about Crystal?
You know, I think
I
that's very
think it's still
possible.
fairly
Honestly?
likely.
I think Pepsi Man should be in here.
That's
Dude, let's just name
His-
off fucking
his-
branded characters.
yeah!
Just his
Kool-Aid
trailer. It's just like a bunch of little kids like playing Smash. Like they're so thirsty, Pepsi Man. Pass it
No, it's
along.
announced. Do you know the ending to Pepsi Man where it's just like that dude celebrating?
Beyonce's in there.
Beyonce.
It's
Watch
just
my
it's
Secret
just
Santa
Beyonce
Pepsi.
with Beyonce's head on it.
Pepsi Man quenches the battle.
Also,
Oh my
speaking
God,
about
me
Star
too,
Fox
man.
characters and back to the leak earlier, before I thought enough about it to be like, alright, so there's it looks like not all the characters are unlocked, if this is real, my first thought is no wolf bullshit.
Yeah,
And then I noticed no ice climbers, and I'm like, double bullshit!
Wolf, I think, is also a safe character.
Legitimately, if Wolf doesn't come back, I'm gonna be upset. Because that just doesn't make sense.
He's the least clone-ish clone that's ever been cloned.
Yeah.
That's
He's
a pretty
a solid
smart
character in and of himself. And hell, bringing back a 1-to-1 brawl. Sure. Just without the weird-ass landing lag thing that he has.
Maybe a little bit faster.
Probably, yeah. But I mean, I would rather have him be in as a 1-to-1 clone of Brawl than just be like,
he's
no.
out. Yeah, seriously, that'd be
Nah,
And
we
it
don't
doesn't
need
make
him.
sense, because without that, Starbox doesn't have a villain character.
Yep.
And if they have multiple characters and not a villain, then what?
Obviously, I had like Mewtwo in there.
He was
Yeah.
one of the last characters to unlock in Brawl 2, so there's still a chance he wasn't unlocked in the league, I guess.
YouTube?
The same with
No,
who else
Mewtwo.
has-
Same with Mewtwo though. Last to unlock in Melee, so same argument.
Wasn't
He
He could be the
Mewtwo and
first
Game
one.
& Watch?
could be the first one if you want to leave your Nintendo on for 24 hours. But most people didn't unlock him until the end because they were like, wait, there's Mewtwo? How do you do that?
What's
Okay.
a Mewtwo?
Turn on your GameCube, put on a timeless 99 stock, and then wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then you.
Well, actually, no.
Dude, what about
sorry.
Sonic and
That's
Tails?
not what I did. What I did was, this is back when Justice and I played all the time. So we ended up doing a number of 99 stock fights, and then we went to bed.
Dude. Okay, so the same.
Do I know how we unlocked them?
Just
Legitimately
left it on.
going through 24 hours.
Oh my
Alright.
god. Are you serious?
Well, we didn't know anything about Mewtwo being in the game, so we just kept playing and playing and playing and playing.
Alright.
That has got to be the coolest payoff ever then.
We didn't even know how we unlocked him.
But
We were like, what the hell?
that's what I'm saying. That's got to be the coolest payoff I've ever heard.
Oh,
Like,
so,
I'm still
how-
playing.
I mean, it was like
Enjoying
oh,
the game.
You mean I could have unlocked Mewtwo if I just left like, what the hell, man? How come no one
so
played this?
of
course, I was
as
8
far
years old at the
as
time, so.
3DS version coming out in Japan, spoilers, are you guys going to try and get spoiled,
Spoil
figure
yourself?
out what's in the game, or are you just gonna try
I
not
can't-
to?
I want to hold
It would
back.
be like
Impossible for me.
impossible.
I'm gonna get characters and
Because
then
I'm
go la la
constantly
la,
on Facebook.
la, la, la,
I'm constantly
I know
on
the
Facebook,
characters.
so it's not gonna like.
So yeah, I'm not gonna soil. I am gonna soil myself.
I don't think it's gonna be possible for me to avoid it, but honestly, I'm not gonna try and avoid it. I'm legitimately going to be like browsing everywhere I can find to find out everything I can about the characters. Like, hell, I'm gonna try and find out whatever I can about like their strategies and stuff. Even
I'm going to spoil
But-
the characters, but everything else I'm just gonna, like I said,
Yeah.
shut my ears and be like, no.
but
Yeah.
if I weren't trying to do that, what I would be doing is I would try and find a guide, like for when it comes out, of all the unlock methods and not who they unlock.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're pretty much not gonna be on the internet at all? Because that shit's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually, I've seen a lot of people talking about that, and they're like, well, school starts, or I have this big project or something, so I'm going to
You
be
know
so
what?
busy
I avoided
anyways.
almost all
I might pull
spoilers
it off.
Very true.
for Pokemon X and Y. I avoided almost all of them for Pokemon X and Y.
Okay. As for Pokemon X and Y, for me, I
Oh,
didn't
I'm
mind
so
looking at
stupid.
legitimate leaks,
Time
like
out.
Koro and stuff.
I'm so stupid. They came out day one around the world at the same time.
Yeah. But
That's
hold on. But there were the leaks, though.
Yeah, but I don't
The
count
week
those.
before. But no, I mean like the crazy leaks. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Nintendo Employee or whatever.
Mhm.
So like during that time, like when I saw like the Greninja Holocha leak, I'm like, and I saw a little more after that. I'm like, oh god, this is like way too real. I'm gonna like stay off of Facebook for like an entire week, and that was like
I did.
legitimately like the hardest thing I could do.
I did avoid those leaks as well because I
It was
just
so hard because like
Yeah.
I was on like a Lumio City group or something.
Oh, yeah.
I avoided
on
them.
Facebook.
I didn't. I was just
Because
not
I didn't
caring.
look at
I had a
anything
friend who kept
Pokemon.
writing me on Facebook, and I had to ignore him for a week because he
That's
was
the
like,
same thing
I
happened
was
to
like,
me too.
no,
My eyes.
I legitimately stayed off Facebook for a week, and I got a text from a friend saying, "Why haven't you been on Facebook for the last 3 days? There've been like crazy leaks." And he starts
Okay.
posting pictures to me.
Before I
God damn
forget,
it.
talking about unlocking Mewtwo, you want to know why I did? It took me so long. It took me a long time to unlock Mewtwo because I didn't believe it. Because the same person who told me Mewtwo was in Smash Bros. was
Said
the same
Sonic and
fucker.
Tails.
No, it was the same fuckface that told me I could lift the fucking truck in Cerulean City and get Mew. So screw that guy.
Oh my god.
Andy, if you're listening to this somehow, you can go suck a dick. Because I didn't believe it. I was like, yeah.
Dude, why are you bashing on the kid from Toy Story?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Screw that kid.
Andy Huerta?
Yeah, that's his last name.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's like on Andy's little boot, on one boot it says Andy. You can't really see it on the other, but it says whatever the fuck his last name was.
Huerta or something? What did you say?
Yeah, Huerta.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it
I
says
might have-
taco on the
I
other
might
boot.
have to cut that out. I don't know what happened, but I might have to cut that out because I don't know how you feel. He's a cool dude, but I haven't seen him in years, so. Yeah, but screw that guy. Here's the, if you go lift the trip, there's a Mew in there. And then he
I
came
think I remember one.
a couple years later, he's like, if you play Smash for 24 hours, you get
If you
Mew
lift up
too."
the truck, you get Sonic and Tails.
Oh my god, has anyone ever seen like that crazy leak about, or well, not leak, but like someone from like a magazine or whatever talked about the whole Sonic and Tails?
In Melee thing?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that all over the place. The one that I'm like, it might be real-ish, maybe,
Stupid.
was unlocking either Raichu or Pokemon Trainer by beating Event Match 51 with Pichu, and I'm like, there's no way in hell, but because there's the two missing slots, and they're, like, one of them is right next to Pichu, I'm like,
I don't know.
maybe? I don't think so. I'm never gonna be able to find out because I can't beat that shit with Pichu. But
I'm calling right now.
maybe?
There's gonna be a mega evolution.
And there
for
was like
Pikachu.
20. You gotta get 20
Probably,
kills of cool
yeah.
melee for Sonic and Tails.
You know why I think there's gonna be a mega evolution for Pikachu? I think the anime hinted at it. Because Ash was all excited when they were like,
There's no way in hell there's gonna be a Mega Pikachu.
Maybe Raichu.
he's gonna mega evolve into Raichu when they go back to normal. No, but honestly, because I've been watching the Pokemon X and Y, and it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's better than the last couple ones. It's okay. I enjoyed it. And there was a part where they were like, a new evolution? It's like, yeah, but they don't stay like that permanently. And Ash was like, because he was, and I was just thinking, like, is that really going to be the reason why Pikachu finally changes?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Because it only happens for like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Mega Evolve Exodia.
Digivolve into.
What if you
Mega
mega evolve into
Charizard.
Agumon? Take a breath. I haven't seen that show in years. Oh! Okay, kind of Smash Bros. Related, but kind of not. Have you seen the Smash Bros. Clone of Digimon? There's a new
What?
Digimon game coming out that is Smash Bros. With Digimon characters.
Oh
I
gosh.
saw an article about that
Oh,
somewhere and just went, oh my god, no.
It looked pretty okay.
Did you
I
guys,
haven't looked into it much, and I never actually got into Digimon ever.
Neither did I.
Because I
Because you guys
started
suck.
living.
I was too into Pokemon.
But
did you guys ever play the TMNT Smash clone?
no.
Oh, I've
I
heard of it.
read that was by the people who made Smash Bros. Brawl, and I'm like, oh, cool, I might check it out.
Nah.
And then I didn't.
I played
And I don't
that
regret
once.
that.
It sucked.
Yeah. It was a couple of years ago, so it's a bit fuzzy, but I just remember not enjoying my time with it.
I want this Super Smash Brothers Digimon. Super Digimon Brothers.
Do you think they're gonna make another PlayStation All Stars?
No.
Honestly,
Watch.
I hope they
they'll be
do,
Microsoft
and I
and
hope
Dash.
that it is a just straight up
Microsoft All-Stars
one-to-one
Brothers.
Smash clone.
DLC gets you.
Because-
I hope
Let's see,
Microsoft does something like that because Microsoft has the balls to straight up copy and
Yeah.
not give a shit.
But
Unlike
what does
PlayStation.
Microsoft will-
Microsoft have that's first party?
Rareware,
And
Microsoft's
Halo.
DLC will be
And
Doritos.
Halo, Sunset Overdrive.
That's
So good.
console exclusive. Insomniac is not Microsoft first party.
That hasn't stopped Pokemon.
Second party. Insomniac is their own
Right,
game design
but
studio, though.
It's still exclusive. The character is owned by Microsoft.
Are you sure the character is specifically owned by them? Because I know that that's one of the strikes against Bayonetta is the character is owned by Sega, while the franchise is owned by
Either way,
Platinum.
you're talking about them like they're Nintendo. Microsoft doesn't give a shit. They just buy them out and be like, put them in the game.
You're right. And I wouldn't say buy them out, but certainly get the rights to the characters, because Microsoft's been going downhill recently. Like, not to the point where they're in danger, but
what do you
they're
mean
having
downhill?
problems.
Because right now the two fastest selling consoles in the gaming history.
Oh, I'm talking about Microsoft as a whole. Like,
Okay, as a whole.
Specifically, Windows 8, Windows Phone.
Because the gaming division's the only thing making any kind of profit right now.
Are you sure about that? Because I haven't kept up with it lately, but I know that there was talk about Microsoft finally axing their Xbox division or selling it off because it was such a money hole.
But that was before the Xbox One.
No, that was after. That was like early Xbox One.
Right, but
so that makes total sense.
But right now, Xbox is doing amazingly well. Xbox One is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I've heard that
The
it
Kinect
recently
Xbox?
started catching up to the PS4.
Because the PS4 is already
Like,
at 10 million.
Started.
That's unheard of. 10 million is unheard of in 9 months. No, Microsoft can't do anything to catch that up. Only one console can do that. But if PlayStation wasn't selling as well, let's say you cut off a couple million, Microsoft would still be the fastest selling. Sorry, Xbox One would be the fastest selling console in history of all consoles. It's just that the PlayStation is dwarfing that much. That even Microsoft's super awesome accomplishment means nothing because their competition is PlayStation. And they're like, you're doing great, but I'm doing better.
I'm honestly surprised that the Xbox One is doing that well.
It's doing amazingly well. Again, though, people are down on it because they're comparing it to PlayStation. And right now, PlayStation's just gone.
Me specifically, I'm talking about the Xbox One as a whole. I just consider it garbage. But
Same.
It's not garbage, but it's just plain not as good as PlayStation. And it's not as creative as the Wii U, so it's kind of that console
Well,
that's
it's-
like...
Again, I look at it as
It's the Dreamcast of its time.
No, the Dreamcast was cool.
well, it has the gaming capabilities of an updated Xbox 360, but the other networks have kind of caught up to Xbox Live, specifically Sony's, because I think Nintendo's is still kind of iffy.
Nintendo's doing
I don't know.
horribly.
Yeah. But and then other than that, they're trying to fill a hole that just isn't there.
Also, you also got to remember that sports games players, as well as Call of Duty players, are the large majority of them are Xbox gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Call of Duty sells way more on the Xbox, like
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
a lot
because
of
of
Xbox
Xbox.
Live or what?
exclusivity for like months. They get DLC and stuff way before PlayStation.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do get DLC
alright.
really
Months
quickly.
Before, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
like,
know that.
Like Ghosts
Then I
got
guess
it way quicker.
Legitimately, Call of Duty, that alone, that makes sense.
That and
Yeah.
I don't know the reason why, but most Madden players, which is huge in America, and obviously Microsoft, play on the 360 and Xbox
And there's
One.
a couple of good exclusives.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive hasn't come out yet, but there's that.
Legitimately,
Obviously, there's Halo.
I was really excited for Sunset Overdrive. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking awesome. And then I saw Xbox One exclusive and went, well, shit. Because I'm never gonna touch it, ever. But
Yeah, I'll cut that out. I'll just when we end the podcast, I'll just leave it on for a couple seconds. Okay, everybody quiet. And then there, I'll fix the problem. The fan was getting in there, but I can fix that as long as I.
oh,
have a
was it
sound
the
for it.
fan or was it this chair?
It was the fan.
It was fan definitely.
Alright.
But as long as I have a soundbite of nothing else with it, I can just fix it. It's easy.
Okay.
But Microsoft actually, I looked at the list. They have a lot of exclusives, but just none of them interest us.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
none of them have like a
What-
great like
What
amount of
exclusives do they
use.
have? Sorry, what large exclusives do they have?
They have
I
Gears of War,
Gears of
Halo.
War.
Gears of War,
is
yes.
no one- wait,
Halo.
Gears of War is
Mass
still an
Effect.
exclusive.
Mass Effect is no longer Xbox exclusive.
And isn't Left 4 Dead an exclusive also?
It was for a
No.
while. I don't know. Timed exclusive, yeah. For
Okay.
the console specifically, it comes out on PC at the same time, but it came out on I think on the Xbox first and then PlayStation or something like that.
Really?
Or DLC.
I thought
Are
it
you
was.
sure it wasn't
Probably
360, PS3 same time, and then like whatever shitty Wii port came out later or something?
I don't
No,
know.
actually.
Did Left 4 Dead have DLC?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
then I'm willing to bet my life that Microsoft probably got DLC first because they do that.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
do get.
timed exclusive DLC. Come at me.
I don't think.
Honestly, wouldn't
PS3
know.
got Left 4 Dead 1. I don't know.
Did it?
I have no clue. I've
Did
always
they even
played.
get Left 4 Dead 2?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
No, they're exclusive. You're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were on Xbox.
Left 4 Dead's exclusive. Holy shit.
That's pretty weird.
That is pretty weird.
Okay,
Whoa, that just strikes me as so odd because Valve is just such a huge like PC first-party developer that thinking of it as a exclusive to one console rather than the other just strikes me as so
But it
weird.
does make sense.
Like it
because
makes sense looking at it, but that just feels weird to me.
Well, you also got to remember around that time is when that Valve and Sony started having like beef because they've had beef for a long time. It wasn't until the PlayStation 4 launch thing that Valve finally came out and said, "We like you guys," kind of.
Yeah.
So you also got to remember that rapper beef.
rapper.
So I guess Left 4 Dead, Gears of War, Halo, Sunset Overdrive as an IP is at least currently there.
Yeah.
We don't know where that'll be going.
There's still more.
And well,
Just have to
DLC.
think about
We'll
it.
count DLC as well.
Yeah. So we'll
Because
say
that is-
Call of Duty.
So we'll say Call of Duty because of DLC and the fact that the large majority play on there. But there's others like The Crew that a lot of people. That's one of the most pre-ordered games of the year.
What's that?
It's a racing game. It's like a MMO
Yeah,
racing game.
I've heard of
The
it.
Crew. That's I don't. Is it Microsoft though,
I don't think so.
or is that? Oh no, it's Sony. Never mind.
There is a lot of arcade games that are
Oh,
exclusive.
there's that too. Indie games.
Indie
by-
games. Yeah, like there's Castle Crashers, but that's on PC also. Yeah.
But I mean, we're talking console because the PC is not viewed as competition.
Okay, well, console exclusives. There is Castle Crashers.
Mhm.
There is
Braid.
no, Minecraft isn't anymore. It's on
Not
PS3
anymore.
now.
But it barely got to PlayStation.
Yeah, it was on just Xbox for a
What
long
the
time.
hell?
Mhm. It
Minecraft's
barely
on
got.
console?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minecraft's on Xbox and PS3 now.
You can't mod it.
Well,
Oh
you
my
can. You
God,
have to have a
why,
modded
though?
Xbox though, or PlayStation 3.
Then why?
She kind of
It's-
wanted to.
It's way
Oh,
behind now.
that's
It's
more
There's
like-
pretty
also,
behind.
Play it
there's
with
also
mods,
Zelda,
but-
Mario. No, just kidding.
But yeah, oh, and also
There is
What
Mega
I'm
Man on
saying
it
with
though.
this
There is
is-
Mega Man.
What of those could they like take characters from and make a Smash-like game? They'd have better luck doing a giant crossover FPS, which would also probably appeal to their target audience better.
True. But there's they have a treasure trove of exclusive what the indie games that he was just talking about. There's a crap ton. I can't name any off the top of my head, but if I were to go turn on my 360 and look at all my indie games, none of those games that I have that are sold really well and were really well received, none of those games are on PlayStation. So they have that. And indie developers have in the past come out and said it's way easier to make for Microsoft.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the hardware last time,
Well, it's
where the
not
360 it's straight up x86 with some modifications.
It's not just the hardware though. It's before this generation, it was PlayStation was like, yay, but Microsoft was like, come on, every indie developer. We love
Before this generation, the Xbox One and the PS4.
Yeah.
All
you.
right.
Before this generation,
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 has been
Though
like,
that's also partially just because for the Xbox 360, for example, making an SDK, software developer kit, would have been just laughably easy, whereas for PS4, not so much.
well, PS4 has is actually
It's like
overtaking.
PS3,
Okay, yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, they're doing
just because the architectures of each.
yeah. Wow.
You dropped it on the microphone.
Please don't do that again. Seriously,
Good work, you guys.
that is dangerous thinking there, son.
100% not my fault.
But anyway, it is crazy to think about it because we have this idea. For some reason, it feels like Microsoft, the gaming division, or at least Xbox One, is doing horribly, but it's not. It's continually breaking records. The only problem is PlayStation is re-breaking those records with larger numbers.
I guess the reason it feels odd to me is just that I don't view it as that it should be doing so, because I think that the main draw to it is Call of Duty, and specifically for DLC.
Okay, so
and I see that as a multi-platform thing, so that just sticks in my head as, well,
I know
it
it
should be
doesn't
about
matter
even.
anymore, but you also got to remember the droves of Xbox gamers that were Xbox gamers because Bioware exclusivity.
Yeah.
But that's gone now. But okay, so then what? Let's name off some PlayStation 4 exclusives then.
PlayStation 4, no idea. PlayStation in general, you have all the, like, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank,
But
Sly
see,
Cooper.
but if
you
you're gonna
have
go that route, Microsoft has a shit ton again because of Bioware and I can't remember the other studio. They're no longer exclusive, but you could just rattle off every Bioware game.
But Ratchet and Clank, Sly, and Jack and Daxter are still Sony exclusive.
But they're not planned for. There's nothing in the works right now known for PlayStation 4. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. If
but-
we're gonna go the route
And
in
I was
general.
starting early and going on, but then you have things like Uncharted,
Mhm.
as well as all the fucking JRPGs forever. Just all of them.
Isn't Dragon Age an exclusive on PS3?
Dragon Age? No,
So I have no idea, but
that's gonna be on Xbox One.
all the Final Fantasy games, for example,
Not
of the
true.
JRPG.
Final Fantasy
Not?
stopped being exclusive a long time ago.
Which ones?
It started specifically with 12, but it's no longer exclusive.
Alright. Is 15 going to be PlayStation exclusive? I'm pretty sure it's PS4 only.
I would say no because back when Final Fantasy was made unexclusive, they said from now on Final Fantasy will be on both systems.
Alright.
Those were the exact words. So I'm guessing that 15, but there hasn't been enough information, so who knows?
Kingdom Hearts. That hasn't gone
True.
cross-platform outside of Nintendo DS.
And we do have confirmation that they are making a game for that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know if this is true, but I heard it's also going to be on the Xbox One. Kingdom Hearts.
There's
3.
rumors because of some source code, like they
But
found some course.
No one has officially stated anything.
Yeah, exactly. But I
And
don't
also,
remember.
if you're talking about corpse code, you said just like leftover code or something.
No, I was just trying to remember what the
Oh,
what
alright.
it said, but it was some leftover like data, like just, it was paper trail pretty much.
Oh, all right.
That,
As far as Paper Trail, I have no idea, but I mean, like, you can look through some of the Borderlands 2 stuff, and you'll find settings for on iOS, which means fuck all.
Twilight Princess has settings that could put it on the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So
It's just because whatever engine they're using has that. As well as, again, the 360 is straight up x86, so they're probably testing it on there.
and the funny thing about Nintendo, they're not known for this is their first generation of being HD, but they were creating games in HD before any other console.
And then
it's
just
just-
toning them down
yeah.
because the hardware.
So it's like that's one of the arguments of people like, well, I don't trust Nintendo because they don't know how to make HD games. I'm like,
So,
you mean
Well,
the
first
fact
of all,
that-
you're talking purely about graphics, so...
Yeah.
your
No.
opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
exactly.
And second,
And second, they've been doing it for longer than everybody else, so whatever.
I would have to see a source on that, but still, just
The fact that they're just talking about
it
graphics.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, past a certain point of where you can tell things apart, graphics are no longer anything more than just ooh shiny.
I stopped caring about graphics after the 64. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
I mean, they're certainly nice to have. I would
But
prefer
I
to
don't give
have
a shit.
cool graphics than not.
I want
But
to at least
I'm
good
not
enough
gonna
to
be
where I
like,
can tell what I'm
this
looking
game
at.
sucks
No,
because it's not shiny
that's
enough.
what I mean. After 64 means PlayStation 2, GameCube era.
Mhm.
And
You can tell
original
what's
Xbox.
happening.
Yeah.
That's that.
After that, I was like, who gives a shit about graphics? Give me more stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, gameplay over graphics every day.
And I still can't get over the fact that Xbox and Xbox 360 started out as Microsoft is the good guy, and now look where we are. That's just ridiculous. Damn you, Microsoft. Alright, so I think that's everything.
Alright, 300 off. That's pretty much Captain Talking's kill percent.
I'm gonna have to cut out a few of it just because a lot of it was just like talking in circles and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
And
why-
contest.
and being offensive to past friends.
It's the Nihon Jin.
Did you hear what I said to that, Drew?
What?
Oh, okay.
No, we don't need to discuss
Oh.
that.
He'll hear it in editing.
Andy Huerta?
Did you hear?
I'll say the white version for you. Andy Huerta?
No, it was.
No, you said something about him, right?
Yeah.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
It was funny, but I
On his
forgot.
left foot is Andy. On his right foot is Taco or something.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Andy Huerta. Well, that's the end
Anyways.
of the podcast.
Alright. Well, thanks for tuning in. This is Jaxus.
Plug.
I'm saying, say your friggin' names and then I'll do that.
G-Man.
Plug.
Alright, so starting over.
Plug. I'm just kidding.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been the Placeholder podcast with Jaxus.
G-Man.
No. No.
Pinky!
Just no. No.
And Ruben.
No.
And this jackass over here.
No.
Don't care.
This podcast will never end if the host refuses to sign off.
Alright,
So-
well, we're just gonna sit here,
I'm
guys.
just kidding. And rub, I guess.
Alright,
Alright, so now plug. And
we've- Alright.
Alright.
we'll start with the quietest guy on the internet.
Hello everyone, I stream Pokemon and Smash Brothers on twitch.tv/MasterFisk.
A lot. He's also a vegan.
I don't know what he's saying.
If you listen to this, Fisk, I'm calling you a vegan.
Does anyone hear him? What the fuck are you gonna say?
Listen to this on YouTube, and you'll realize I'm calling you a vegan.
I was gonna say something bad.
You'll figure it out if you ever listen to it.
I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
He was
I'll
gonna
just
say
tell-
laughing noises.
Some laughing
He
noises.
doesn't like the blackies.
Oh!
G-Man.
Oh my god.
G.
First it was Taco and now.
G-Man is the only racist Mexican I know.
He brings in the old farty grandpa into the group.
Well, that's not true. There's a lot of racist Mexicans, but usually they're racist against white people.
Oh, racist.
You're the only racist Mexicans that hates colored people.
I just gravitate.
Anyways, in light of this,
You also gotta
come on down to
remember.
our Smash Fest, guys.
You also gotta remember
You get to
that
meet
he
G-Man.
likes to beat soulless black people. Oh no, sorry, heartless black people. Remember that.
Oh my god. He likes to eat people.
only true monsters play Kingdom Hearts.
And
So
enjoy.
where is Smash Fest located?
Kentucky.
Nowhere near us. Trust us. The Smash Fest guys are cool.
Yeah, except for that empty spaghetti.
Anyways, come down and check out our Smash Fest if you're here in Salem, Oregon, whether you live here in the area or just happen to be in town or something.
Or apparently from Portland.
Yeah. We do have people actually coming down and traveling from a decent portion of the state.
Shout out to Dagon, Bubs, and Zio.
Yeah.
Especially Zio.
We have Brawl and Melee tournaments. Brawl is every Monday at 4, where Melee is every Saturday at 2 p.m. At 4 p.m. for Brawl, not that early. And, yep, sign up's
So it
$1.
starts at
We
4.
do singles and doubles.
It starts
Come
at
check
4
us out.
Did I
Project
stop you from plugging fully, by the way?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
it
Okay,
totally starts at 4 Project.
I actually, in my video, I meant to put a shout out, but I fucked up so badly that I just had to delete that whole scene. So the shout out to Fisk and Jaxus was kind of taken out. But
I see how it is.
you
but
kept
it
mine, right?
was there, and I thank you for helping so much with my channel. But it was there. It's just it was so bad. You'll see what I mean.
He obviously kept Pinky though.
Oh yeah, I was like Pinky's a figgy. That's all I said.
No.
Pinky likes the blacks.
Obviously.
You're royalty, hey man. You're royalty.
I guess.
The princess of figgies. Anyway, we're done. We're done.